Hello, my crafty lovelies. I'm back today making another card. Ooh, I almost stepped on a pin on the floor. I'm glad I noticed that. So this is what I made, and I need to make another one. So I thought I'd turn on that camera and show you what I did. So it's a little shaker card with a little retro TV on it. I'm gonna make this next one just a little bit different, but pretty much the same. And then you can write a sentiment on the inside. So I need to make another one for a friend, so I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. I hope that's okay. Show you some tricks that I've figured out. And first of all, I need to plug in the right thing because I've got cords all over the place. I don't have an electrical outlet near my desk except for one, and I had to plug in my desk light for extra lighting because all the light was coming from behind me, so there were shadows on my projects and just was not working out. But the lamp that I have actually has a plug on the back of it, which works out really well for that. So I'm able to plug different things, but I'm only able to plug in one thing at a time. So I apologize for having to get up and change things up from time to time, but that's what's going on. So first things first, for the little tree inside, I used, and I'm going to do this a little bit differently because I think it was still a little bit wet when I started. So we're going to do this a little different today. I used one of these from Target, and it came in a pack with some pink and red ones. I think it was like $3 or something in the dollar spot. I used some distressed mica stain on it. And we're going to do this first today. I'm going to use my heat tool. I was really tired when I did it last night, so I'm going to use my heat tool and dry this. Hopefully get a better result. And yeah, so that it doesn't do the same thing. So that picked up. Try to stay a little cleaner today. You know me and my messiness, but you know, crafting can be messy. It's part of the fun for me. Okay, so we'll just leave that there, and then let's get out the heating tool. I think that's what I just plugged in. Let's find out. Yep. All right, so we'll just kind of heat this a little bit and get it dry. I didn't worry about the bottom because I'm going to cut that part off. All right, I'm seeing smoke, so I'm assuming that's dry. You know me, I like to overdo it just a little, of course. All right, now the other side, the other thing is, maybe I shouldn't smush it so soon. It's probably a little melty. The other side, the other thing is it's a little bit too wide for these cups. So I'm going to actually, since I just messed that set up, I'm going to flatten this side just a little bit so it will fit in the shaker a little bit better. So I'm just going to trim this up so it'll sit flat this way and you won't be able to tell that the back is cut. And then, because it's also too tall, I'm going to cut the bottom of this off so I can get to that wire because I'm going to need to cut it. So we're going to just prune the tree back just a bit. Don't go too high. I'll go too high, but I want to try to expose that wire just a little. All right, make a mess here and get out my wire cutter. This was a little bit hard last night, so I'm not expecting any different today. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Clean this mess up a little bit as we go. And hopefully that will be short enough. Let me find my little, there we go. Yep, that's just about right. Okay, and it's actually a little bit taller, which is perfect. Now, one thing I learned last night when I made this other one is that I didn't really have to, I glued some of the, well, maybe I will, because I want it to be similar. And I think I had some trouble sealing this. Yeah, see, it's open. I'm gonna go ahead and glitter the tree up a little bit. That other card, I was having problems sealing it, so we're gonna do better this time. I'll have to go back and try again to fix it, but for now, we'll just work on this one. So I hope you guys are doing great. How many more days till Christmas? I don't even know. I've got a few cards to make today and send out. But pretty much done. I keep saying I'm done and then I'm not. And then, you know, I always say that. Everybody asks, are you done? Are you done? No, yeah, well, I think I am, but I'm mostly just resigned to the fact that I'm not going to ever be done. It's just not going to happen. And that's okay. You guys will see I've joined a Facebook group that's doing Christmas 365 days a year, and I'm kind of excited about that. We'll be posting, well, no, that's at something else, totally different, but I'll be working on Christmas projects all through the year. I think that's going to get me to a fun place next year where I don't feel like I'm so behind at the end. So that will be exciting. So I'll be sharing some of those projects with you too. Now, I'm going to just put this in here because I'll probably need that. All right. So now that that's pretty much done, I'm going to work on the background, okay? And I wanted to do that first just to make sure it's dry. So what I did, I took a piece of black cardstock, and then made it, I cut it, or I fold it in half and then cut it again. So it's 11 by 5.5-ish. I say ish because it just doesn't look like it's quite exact. And then I've cut another piece of paper. I kind of want it to look a little retro. This one is about 4 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I put that there. So we're going to work on this. So this is going to go here. And I wanted it, I couldn't find this one. I wanted this to look like a retro wallpaper. And like if you were sitting in an old living room and watching TV, that's kind of what I was aiming for. This one I want to have a little bit more Christmas feel, but still have that retro feel since we're doing the retro TV. So I'm still aiming for kind of a similar touch. I am taking this is a Tim Holtz rubber stamp. It's the Merry Christmas. I think this is from Stampers Anonymous. What does it say? COMO 26. I don't know if that's a I don't know if that's a way to identify it or not, but anyway, I'm taking this stamp and I'm just gonna randomly stamp this to get kind of just a little bit of a decorative feel to it, but not necessarily to be able to see it. It doesn't need to stand out. I just want little bits and pieces. So you've got Santa's face here, music, and some different fun design there. And then I'm going to take these holly leaves, and I don't remember where I got this. I think this was an AliExpress find. But I really like this stamp too, and it's very flexible. So I just kind of take a corner of it and just kind of stamp it again randomly, just to get a little bit of a, you know, a little more texture, a little more feel to it. Nothing perfect. And give it just a little bit of something extra. And I did the same thing on the other one. I don't want it to be super noticeable. Oops, and I almost forgot the music one. I also have this one. This one I did get from, I believe I got this from Hobby Lobby when they were on sale. And I like to put just a little bit of music notes on there, you know, because we like to sing Christmas carols at Christmas. So music is an important part of that. And there we go. So that's enough for that. And then we're going to take this stamp pad. This is the Hampton Art acid-free dye-based stamp pad. I think this is a Michaels stamp pad. And I don't think this is the one I used for the first one, but here we go. This is definitely apparently the one I'm using today. So I don't know what I did different. Oh, I know what I used this for. That's why it's on my desk. But that's okay. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I expected. That's okay. It's all good. We're just gonna go with it. Okay. But what I really wanted to do was probably this one, because there's not as much ink on this one, and I kind of wanted to just kind of get this in there. And this one is the Distress Ink Walnut stamp, but well, it's not that at all. It's actually alcohol ink that's a similar color, because I've refilled this and just used alcohol ink on it because that's what I had and I didn't want to go to the store. And so there's not very much on it because it does evaporate over time, but it's actually giving it a really nice effect. And I'm going to kind of I want to leave the middle bright so that it really pops subtly. It pops subtly, if that's a thing, but it'll highlight the TV as we go. Okay, so I also want, what I didn't do on that one, what I should have done and wanted to do was actually to, I've already cut out the pieces, and this one I'm going to cut the antenna off of this one. I'm going to do this one a little bit different than I did that one. Because I'm layering the pieces, I'm going to cut that there because I've got the antennas on the back piece, but I'm going to go ahead and distress the outsides of this one too. I think it'll look nice. And I'm going to use the lighter color on this one, the alcohol ink pad, because I want it to be subtle. I kind of want to go around these edges too. Just a little. There may be better ways to do this, but this is what I'm doing. There we go. And this one, okay, so I cut this out of the darker color and the lighter color. I'm putting the lighter color on back, but I wanted the antennas to be coming out from the back so that it looked a little bit more dimensional that way. So I don't need to color the back one. And then this piece is going to go on the front. This is this little guy right here. I'm going to see if this will even show yeah, it'll show if I distress it. I'm going to distress this one too. I try to get my pieces ready today so that it wouldn't take as long to do this with you. Save a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and glue this one on the back here. Maybe. Okay, and then we'll take the knobs, we'll stick those there. Super, super easy die cut. I really love this one. And I will say that I thought I was getting the Sizzix one. This is not the Sizzix one. This one is one I got off of Amazon. It's pretty much the same thing. I'm not really seeing much difference. Did not come with the Sizzix brand on it. I was a little disappointed because that's what I thought I was getting. But this one has worked out really well, so I'm not mad. But normally I would choose Sizzix. So there's that. And let's see here. I want to put... I'm going to put the little legs on here first. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of debating right now, is I'm going to put this cardstock behind here for the background. And I have to put the little thing in here somehow, and I'm trying to debate which layer I'm going to put. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it this way and glue this down, and then sandwich this between this piece and that piece. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Let's go ahead and glue that little leg. Oh, Oops, and I just did it to the wrong part. Let's not glue that little leg there. Let's glue that little leg to this piece that I just said I was going to put on top. That would be better. Okay. Now, honestly, it would be fun to do this with just the just a picture behind the TV, and I probably will. I'm going to make some other Christmas cards too that will probably just have like a photo in the back there or something like that. But I wanted to show you guys how to do this one. So that's what I'm doing. Let's see here. This glitter paper doesn't glue real well to others. It doesn't play nice. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how to get it to stay right. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and glue, and the reason why I wanted to glue this to the back is because between this thickness as well as the thickness from the plastic insert, I noticed it was really thick and it was hard to attach it to the paper in my other one. So I thought this might make a difference in that the thickness isn't all in the same place. It might just adhere better, hopefully. So let's do that. Oops. Okay. Probably bring this down a little. And I pulled that up. I hope I'm actually on screenshot. There we go. I'm getting green all over. Okay, that's the wrong course of action. Actually, the green from my fingers is kind of a nice stain color on there. I wonder if I can do that on purpose. Of course, it won't work on purpose. It's kind of cool, actually. Oh, there's got to be a way. Let's see here. I wonder if there's enough green on here that I can kind of get some of that color on there. Is it working? I don't know. It kind of is. Which is kind of cool because then that color will actually be part of the card too. Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's see here. Next, we can't do this yet because we need to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. This is the fun part that I really wanted to show you guys. So to get the snow in there, that 3D dimensional snow, you guys, I figured out a trick. Because I tried it on paper, it wasn't working. I tried several different things, and I just wasn't having any luck with it. So I came up with another idea. Tell me I'm crazy, but it worked. Let's see if it'll work again today. So I took a piece of my double-sided sticky tape, stuck it down on my glass mat. And I've got this expand paste. This is a Sizzix expand paste. I've been having so much fun with this paste. I got it quite a while ago when I saw Tim Holtz show it on one of his lives, and I totally forgot about it. Well, I didn't forget about it. If I'm honest, I lost it in my craft room, okay? If I'm honest. I lost it. It ended up in here somewhere. Look, I've got this paintbrush that I can't even bend. I think I'm just going to use this. I want to zoom in on this because it's really super cool, you guys. Okay, there's my tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this expand paste on here. Now you can use whatever brush. Since this one's already ruined, it'll wash out because it washed out of the one I used last night. But since this one's already messed up, I'll just use it. See if I can wash it off later. All whatever's sticking it all together, making it hard as a rock. And I'm kind of just globbing it on there. This stuff is so cool. And I want it to be thick because I want it to look like it's like snow is filling the bottom of the TV there. And I didn't pull the paper coating off. I left that on. And so that I can use that, it's going to support. So now you add heat to it and it's going to puff up like popcorn. Watch this. It'll take a minute. You don't want to leave it on too long because it'll scorch it and turn it brown. But as you can see, it'll start drying out and it'll start puffing up. Look at that. Can you see it? This is Expand Paste by Sizzix. It's flippin' awesome. Look at it go. You see the texture in there? Now, some of that didn't get as thick as I wanted it to, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit more. I did this yesterday too. It's like, I'm just going to fill it in because I want it to be thick. And I actually made my strip a little bit longer than I need because I'm going to use the best part of it. So if there's one part that fills out a little bit better than the rest, then that's the part I'm going to use because obviously I'm not going to need that whole strip. Or I can use the other part. Well, I don't know if I can save it. It's probably not worth trying to save because it'll come up and it'll be a little wonky to work with. I don't know how I would save it. So here, let's try it again. And we'll just build that up a little bit. Isn't this amazing stuff? It's so cool. You can splatter this on your projects and make it look like snowflakes. Look at that puff. Ooh. How fun is that? Just like grows. It's like a science experiment, like crystals or something. All right, I think I got it all. It's pretty uneven, but that's okay. It's pretty hot too. I'm gonna leave this for a minute. I did start scorching it there on the edges, as I can see. I'm gonna leave it there for a minute to cool off. And I know I put that glitter in there, but I'm gonna need to turn this and work with it. So let's put that glitter back in here. And I'm using glitter. I used glitter on that first one. I think I'm gonna use this snow from Dollar Tree, this snow stuff instead. It's a little bigger. All right, look at that popcorn looking snow. Isn't that awesome? Okay, I'm gonna bring in, or I'm gonna zoom out. Oops, wrong way. So you can see a little better now again. Super cool stuff. I'll try to remember to put a link in the bottom, in the description bar, so you guys can go find some. Like I said, I got mine off of Amazon. I'm sure you can go wherever you find your favorite Sizzix stuff. And I want to say, Sizzix, I buy a lot of product from them, whether it be die cuts. I've never had a problem with Sizzix products. I love their products. They're a bit pricey, but always worth it. I've never felt bad about spending what I do when I buy some Sizzix products. So, yeah, never regretted it. So I wanted to tell you guys, though, about an experience that I just had with them. As I was using my Big Shot, the screw came out of the handle. The screw that holds the handle onto the Big Shot so that you have to crank it, it came out. And so it was hard to use. It's hard to use my it's hard to use without the screw in there to hold the handle on. So the, hang on a second before I finish that story. The glue on the bottom of the tape is going to just stick this in here for me. And I can maneuver that tape and just kind of squish it in. And it's going to stick it really nicely. And because this stuff actually feels like popcorn too, you can kind of manipulate it how you want it to. And I'm trying to make it so you'll see that it's got a little bit more, you can see it further into here. And I've kind of pushed it up against the front so that it looks like that's full. And that'll help give support and kind of hide the trunk of the tree. So that's what I'm aiming for in that. Now, I also, on my other one, now I took some of the pieces like from this one and I glued them in this way. And I think I'm going to do that on this one too, just to make it look a little more full, like there's a snowbank there. I think I'm going to do that here too. And I'm just using my my Bearly Arts glue here. So back to the story about Sizzix, I contacted them and said, hey, is there any way that I can get the screw, a replacement screw, because mine flew across my craft room. It's here somewhere, but there's no way in the world I'm going to find it. Let's be honest. If your craft room looks like mine, I'm not going to find that thing for a while because I don't know if it went into a box of craft goods. I don't know if it's under my desk. I don't know if it flew into my trash can. I don't know where it went, but it flew across the room. I can still crank it, but I have to hold the handle on to crank it. So it's not convenient, but it's not their fault that happened. It's just the screw came loose. That's all, you know? And she asked me about, when I bought it. I had bought it about 3 months prior, and she got the information and all that stuff. Said she'd research it and get back to me. And I never heard anything back, and I was a little disappointed. I thought, well, that's kind of sucky. I didn't hear anything back. And so yesterday when I got home from work, there's this big old package on my front porch. I wasn't expecting anything. You guys, they sent me a whole new Big Shot starter kit. A whole new one. I didn't need a whole new one. I just needed the screw. You guys, their customer service is so good that they went and did that for me. And I'm over the moon today with that. I just will continue supporting them because that was just phenomenal customer service. I'm like I said, I'm over the moon. So, I'll shout it out. Tell you guys, hey, you know what? They're great. And when something goes wrong, they're going to make it right. Okay, so that glue is not sticking very well, so I'm going to go for, option B. I'm going to go ahead and put my tree in first. And look, now my tree doesn't want to fit. Okay, so I'm going to make it fit because he's going to fit right there, right here. Oh, I guess I have to turn this on before I can use it. And I forgot that glue is wet, so it activated the dye on here. So I'm going to wait a second anyway, because it's going to turn that snow green. So yeah, that was my awesome experience yesterday, and very, very happy about that. So now when this one gives up the ghost, I've got another one. Or I can put it in another room and craft. I would say I could give it to somebody, but nope, it's not going to happen. It's just not. I'm going to share the starter kit though. I don't need the dies again because I already have them, so I'll share those. And the embossing folders, I think it comes with embossing folders too, so those I will share for sure. But eventually it will be nice to actually have two machines, because that way I can have different stations set up or do different projects, what have you. Or my daughter or friends could come join me too. That would be fun. Okay, let's glue this in here. So yay, Sizzix. Yay. There we go. We've got that tree in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this other piece. I'm going to go ahead and put more glue in there. put some along the back here and glue this piece in that way then. And actually I like that way better anyway. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Looks like it's just kind of in a little snowbank. I feel like I'm gonna go ahead and cut this piece right here and put it up on this side. How's that? And hopefully the recipient doesn't notice that that green dye is spreading from the wet glue. Oh, and see the back, the paper came off the backing, which is fine. It's fine because that popcorn or that snow is already attached in place. So it's fine that that paper came off. So it's all in there. We're gonna let that dry for a minute, and let's put the card part together real quick. Actually, I'm gonna clean this off. Found my razor blade for my box cutter. Works really well to get that stuff off. So there's that. Not perfectly clean, but that's okay. We'll deal with that later. And set that aside. Okay, now oh, I already did the other part of my card, didn't I? Or most of it. Okay, let's get this glued on. Here we go. There we go. And I know not everybody has this this die set and stuff, or does die cuts, but I'm hoping that even if you don't, and there's something I'm doing here that'll teach you or show you a technique that you can use in your crafting, I think that's worth it. So that's why I do it, because even if you don't have the same tools, hopefully you'll learn something from what I learned. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, I almost forgot. I got to put glitter in. I did that last night. I sealed it all up and I'm like, okay, we're done with that. And then realized I had forgotten the glitter. So I had to go back and put it in. Let's put that there. Sorry, it might be working out of screenshot. I'm so sorry if I did. I'm just trying to, it looks mushy and I'm hoping it's not, but I kind of think it is. I think there's some glue still in there. Or I wonder if that's the puff paste. Oh, I can't do it in there because if I, oh, I bet it is. I think some of the expand paste just isn't activated and it's kind of mushy. But I'm afraid that if I heat it in there, it will melt the acetate, this part. But I'm wondering if I don't, if there's going to be some other additional issue. Look, it's still wet right there. It's gushing out. Okay, hang on. We're going to have to fix that because I don't want wet inside because it'll be sealed in. And that's going to be a problem in the long run. I'm sure of it. Okay, so here's what I need to do. I'm going to try to get this out. So I probably made it a little bit too thick and didn't activate it enough is what I'm thinking of that I did. So do as I say, not as I do. Just make sure that it's dry. I think that part is dry. I think it's just that edge. And I think I'm just gonna leave that out. I don't wanna fuss with it anymore. Okay. Here's a problem. My fingers are dirty and I'm trying to clean with dirty fingers. That's just not gonna work. Let's clean my fingers up. Okay, that'll help. Yeah, it's hard to clean with dirty fingers, isn't it? Give me just a second. We'll get this tidied up a bit. My other baby wipes were dry, so they weren't working real well. And so I think I got some of that paste up in here, so I'm trying to get that out. Although it's really not going to matter too much because the snow stuff is going to stick to this and you probably won't see it anyway. But I want to try. Make it as nice as possible, right? Let's see if that's on the outside. If it is, it should just come off with a baby wipe. I don't want to clean the inside with the baby wipe because then the stuff will definitely stick. I still have blue paint on my fingers from my cup creating the other day. All right, so here is where it can be a little bit tricky because that tree still has some dimension, so it doesn't want to stick flat. I'm gonna take the sticker off. Well, we've got to put the glitter in too, or the snow. These things have the little sticker on the back, if I can get it off. Boop. Shoot. I'm telling you, I'm having way more trouble with this one than I did last night. We're just going to stick a little glue in there. I think we'll be okay with that. And I think what I'm going to do is, you guys, where did I put it? Somebody shout out to me where I put the rest of the TV that fell off the desk right here on the floor. All right. Here we go. I think what we're going to do is this. We're going to put this around here. I'm going to use this glue because the hot glue is going to leave more dimension, and I'm going to try to avoid that, especially since the other one didn't seal right. I don't want to push this, stick this down to anything yet because I still need to fill it. There's probably an easier way for this. Probably. But here we are. Hold it for a minute, should be good. Maybe. Maybe. Then I wonder if a little dab of hot glue would hurt. Okay, so here we go. It's getting sticky now. It's getting sticky. I know what I can do though is it looked like I could probably trim off those scissors. I think I can reach it with these. A little bit more of this greenery. So it's still a little thinner. Okay, so this is going to go there. We need to fill it with the snow though. And you guys, how am I going to tip this over with snow? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put the snow on here. That's how I'm going to do it. Okay? And then I'm going to put glue all over this puppy. That's how I'm going to do it. Like I said, I had trouble with it sealing last night. I don't want to do that again. I want it to do it right. And the best way to do that is to have the least amount of thickness between there and there. So let's see if we can get this in there. that snow over and up. And then push this down and hold it. This is gonna be so cute. Wouldn't this be cute with a scenery from one of your favorite Christmas movies? That'd be adorable. A little snowman in there would be cute. So many options. And I did, oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, I can't believe I did that. It's off-centered. I wonder if I care. You know what, at this point I don't think I do. I've got a little bit sticking out of the background here and there, and I don't think it's bad enough that it's a problem. I think it's okay. It's not 100% perfect, but you know what? It's handmade. It's okay. I'm still loving it. It still makes a point. Okay, so there's our TV. And it shakes and it doesn't spill, and that's exactly what we wanted. So yay for that. Now, a couple of things I did add some detail on here with some white gel pen. Because I thought it looks flat. The TV itself looks flat. So what I did, I just took my white gel pen and did a boop. Just to try to give it a little bit more dimension and interest. And just try to make it look a little bit more like there's light on it. Okay. I can even do that here. And there we go. There's our TV in our old-fashioned retro living room. I didn't leave a room for sentiment really on the front, and that's okay, because for me, the sentiment goes on the inside. So that can be, you can put a white piece of paper here to write a sentiment on, or your wishes, or write in white gel pen. It's up to you. But there it is. Isn't that cute? I love how it turned out. I hope you guys love it too. And like I said, I'll leave those links in the description box for you to go find the die cut, as well as, what was that other thing? The expanding paste from Sizzix. Yay. And there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thanks for sticking around with me. I hope if you haven't already that you will consider subscribing, and I hope that we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, and Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye-bye.